Starting a new school year comes with all sorts of emotions. For some teachers, it's hope and maybe some nerves now that they're seeing more behavioral issues in the classroom. Anisha Roy joins us now. And Anisha, you had a chance to get a firsthand perspective from one of our teachers.
Yeah, it was a very telling conversation with Kelly Osuna. She's been a teacher for 24 years. She's currently a world language coordinator and Spanish teacher at Overland High School in Cherry Creek schools. All this time after the height of the lockdown, she said her classrooms are still not back to the way they were before COVID. While she isn't seeing an increase in violence or fights, she is still seeing issues with attendance. Kids who aren't sure how to interact with each other or participate in class. She's also watched kids FaceTime each other when they're sitting in the same room or texting each other instead of talking in person. She's saying that all of this is not only impacting learning, but leaving its marks on teachers.
I think most teachers would tell you that last year was probably the hardest year of the pandemic, because it was, just full blown. We're back. It's sometimes being a social worker, sometimes being a counselor, sometimes being the parent. And I think that we are just feeling that a lot more now, of those students who need some extra support and some extra guidance. And so it's tiring. I think that we're very tired, but it's fulfilling.
So the reason that this is still playing out is that everyone had a different experience during the pandemic. So if you think about kids with parents who were essential workers, for example, Osuna said that they spent a lot of time alone. She's also thinking about her incoming freshmen right now who spent most of their middle school year in lockdown. So they spent so many of those formative years by themselves, and you're still going to see those impacts coming into high school.
Everything from the pandemic is still like rolling out, and you just feel for the teachers again.
Absolutely. She said something that was so telling. She goes, in the beginning of the pandemic, everyone was like, you're a hero, this is amazing. And then that kind of dwindled. And then they started getting criticized for coming back in person. And then you have all of these added pressures as well. She said all of that is also taking a toll on teachers' mental health.
And this kind of goes hand in hand with what we saw with learning loss during the pandemic as well, right?
Yeah, and Osuna said that, you have to make sure that you're not getting ahead of yourselves. Kids are not going to make up that learning loss unless you catch them up on those social and behavioral skills as well. You've heard that from districts time and time again. They're trying to incorporate all of that together. You're going to see that this coming school year.
Social skills were lost for everyone. Like even adults. Like there was even times you'd go to the grocery store and no one knew how to talk to people or eye contact or anything, So we're all still trying to figure it out.
I caught myself this morning. I'm like, why am I texting someone who's 10 feet away from me? I need to get up and talk to them.
And the teacher said they're FaceTiming each other in the same classroom.
Exactly.
So interesting. Anisha, thank you.